Peace. We're live. Excuse the CP time. The color folk time, a little late. Peace and blessings. Campaign news, Wednesday night live. Wednesday, January 29th. We in this thing. Trying to win this thing, or about to win this thing. The war, that is. We lose a few battles, but we win in the war. Peace to y'all. I don't got no specific subject for tonight. We just playing it by ear, going live, checking the vibes, checking in on our people. I'm about to be, excuse me, just be good company for the evening. Uncle Big Man, salute. Big Adrian, Rich Mob Gods, God Mods are the most vicious, righteous, vicious. Walaikum salam. Peace to y'all. Yeah, I don't have no Ahmad Jabril Lucky, Big Lucky, and Ahmad salute. I don't have no subject, so we just gonna play it by ear. There's always subjects, but I don't have no specific subject, so we just gonna play it by ear. I did see something though earlier about President Trump. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, that that's something I saw. Meta, Facebook / Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg will pay $25 million to settle lawsuit with Donald Trump after the company suspended his social media accounts following the January 6th so-called unrest. So Mark Zuckerberg is paying Trump $25 million. Now, if this ain't some Don father, I don't know what is. If y'all don't see that this man is really one of them people, one of them bosses, them Don fathers, Don Trump Corleone, then I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. Because everybody knows now that he got to hit the finger on the button of the military, the allegedly the strongest military on earth. So if he's the one that's the commander in chief over the strongest military on earth, and he's trying to show that he about to flex his muscle and show and prove that he willing to use it. Now you see people like that. You see people like Snoop and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? People that's and then you see him doing this, signing, the death penalty for treason within the United States government, all the so-called government officials that turned their back on him. Then you see that, I think he's setting up some charges or something against Biden right now. So my man going in, he doing what he said he was gonna do. If you ain't gonna do nothing else, you're gonna respect him, because apparently he keeping his word, even if his word is allegedly racist or bigoted. He keeping that, as more than what ninjas do. Ninjas act like they super pro black, and they word ain't worth nothing. So you gotta respect the man. Gotta respect him. I know I do. Gooch the Great, young Abdul Akbar, got him kissing the ring and grabbing him by the pee. And making him kiss the ring while he grabbing him by the pee at the same time. That's gangster. That's gangster. I don't know about gangster rappers' definition, but that's gangster. Man. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't necessarily have a title. Y'all are the title tonight. Y'all are whatever topics or subjects y'all want to talk about. That's what we're talking about tonight. Gooch, you got a subject? I know you've been over there with the on the Wonder Twin show or on the 5150. You know what I'm saying? Wrench Mob or the 5150 show with Corey Holcomb. What's some of the latest and greatest, man, that I ain't up on? What's some of the latest news? Something that you could talk about that ain't gonna get me in trouble. That ain't a violation of my community guidelines. Right. Tonight's title, Goose the Great said tonight's title is Kiss the Ring. Kiss the Ring. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Kiss the Ring. That would be my mans in them right there. Yep. Mafia Donald, Mafia Godfather Don. Don Teflon Donald Trump. The commander in chief of the free world, allegedly. So, like it or not, that's who's in control. I mean, that's who's in control. Allegedly, if you believe in America, you believe that America controls everything. That's your man. If you don't believe in God, because I don't know if you still believe in God because you prayed to God that he wouldn't become the president and he is the president. So do y'all still believe in that same God, or do y'all believe in him and these people right here? Because my people was quick to say that they the ones controlling the weather and controlling fires and harps and earthquakes, rain, hail, snow, earthquakes. So you may as well go all the way with it and just say, that's my Lord, that's my God, that's the Lord of the Rings, and that's why I kiss his ring. That's why I submit and obey and change my tune. Caramel King, I usually don't do this. I really don't do this. I really don't give. Matter of fact, I can't get to that. I don't use my platform. If y'all gonna do that in the chats, especially for me, I'm just telling y'all, this is, I know y'all probably don't know how I get down over here. If anybody, especially if it's somebody of my peers or a family member or somebody that I know or probably know or love, if somebody get in the chat when I'm live and say anything like RIP such and such or whatever, then I gotta block you. I gotta block you because that's not how you do it. You don't know if somebody heard about it or didn't heard about it. That's not how you do things. So this is not the place for that. That's never the way to break news or that type of news, the worst news that a person gonna hear in their life. You don't do that on no lives, on no internet. So I'm just giving y'all a, fair warning for the future. Wild Wild West, salute every single weekend. Gerald Jones II, salute. Excuse me. So when I say, we talking about anything, that's not what anything except that. We got to use, respect and what they call decorum. You know what I'm saying? Certain things is off limits. Just like I'm not going to talk about my bedroom life, my personal, certain things is extremely personal. And you're supposed to give time. That's why people, if you look at the news, you look at white folks, if they know somebody is deceased, they don't mention it on the media. They say they gotta wait till the family is notified. You're not supposed to notify the family. Family members and friends ain't supposed to be on social media and then you post rest in peace such and such. That ain't supposed to be how it go. So hip hop history, salute. British Columbia. I mean, what does that say? BC Canada? What is BC Canada? I'm not sure. That's not British Columbia, is it? But salute from Canada, salute hip hop history. Excuse me, man. But yeah, other than that, man, life is lifing. And transitioning is transitioning, and we got to be considerate of both. Okay, British Columbia for sure. Hip hop history, salute. BC Canada in the house, man. Pleasure to have you. Shug L1, greetings to all in the chat. Thank you always, Shug L. Let's hear some comments that we can talk about. It can be problems, it can be stresses, it can be things that we need, counseling or a solution for. It can be health, wealth, happiness, relationships. That's why it's up there. wealth. I earlier had my youngest son, young Nas. He's going to be a part of the channel now for the youth with his own little program called the Young Nasdaq Show, where he's coming back teaching doing what he's been doing since he was 13, but he took a hiatus for a year for 2 years due to health issues. And by God's grace, he's back and stronger than ever. So he definitely got an open door policy for our daughters and sons, nieces and nephews, little brothers, the youth, that he's going to be getting restarted teaching live and pre-recorded stock trades. Thank you, Gerald, Big Gerald Jones. Thank you. Got your Cash App. Thank you. Keeping the lights on over here. Hotel 7, Big Gerald. Thank you. But my son, he been doing stock options trading and investment trading, and he do futures, and he's getting into bonds and stuff like that. But he's been doing that since he was 13. So he's gonna be part of this channel now, maybe once or twice a week, doing live trades for y'all that's interested. He been doing way back, like I said, since he was 13, when crypto was just getting popular. He knows how to do crypto, but he really ain't into crypto. He's really into something that, things that you can actually do I forgot the research, the kind that you can actually prove where it's not gambling. So many people is on the stock market, they may as well be in Las Vegas gambling. So this ain't about gambling. This is about excuse me. Uncle Big Man. Can you hear me?
Up, man? Peace, Lord.
Man,
yes, sir. Peace, God.
Peace to you, God.
Yes, sir. I'm getting it today.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm getting a delay, so I'm gonna hang up and try to link back in.
Okay. Yeah, so but like I said, that's something that's we're very much needed right now. Just financial literacy, ways to make money when you don't have a quote unquote job. You actually creating your own job or your own employment by learning the stock market, especially when Trump is, doing what he's doing. He's shaking up the markets. And what's this thing that just caused Nvidia to lose $1 trillion worth of value over the last couple of days? DeepSeek. So like people was, I don't know if any of y'all that was watching me the last few days or past week or so was when my son came on, was asking me about that, asking me about stocks and what do you see? And he was like, nah, even though Trump making all these promises and everybody, raving about it, you don't know what's about to happen. And sure enough, DeepSeek came out of nowhere, which is competing, I guess, with AI and certain little AI programs or whatever in America, and straight bloodied the market and caused American, AI technology or whatever, $1 trillion loss in the stock markets. So just because, hype and news, that means nothing. So that's something my son been knowing about. Like, now, whenever the news is hyping something up, you be still. You can put a little money into it if you know what I'm saying, and go with companies that but if it's, a hype of something that you ain't ever seen before, be still. And sure enough, they was just bragging about how Nvidia was, just made a something $60 billion profit. Now they saying the whole market hit $1 trillion loss. $1 trillion. So you don't want to play that game. Uncle Big Man, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but for whatever reason, I'm hearing you're still talking on my end. Like something's talking.
Yeah, you got something else on. Do you got another device on, or your YouTube? You got two different devices, something you got to turn off.
That's what it was. I got the Premiere YouTube account where it still plays the page.
Yeah,
So it
there
was
you go.
still playing you on the page. Peace to the king. Thanks for figuring
Peace to
that out.
you.
Yeah, your son been doing the money options for a long time since he was a kid. You only
Yeah,
posted it maybe once or twice. And I remember when he broke down the first time he gave a lesson on finance.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
and he graduated something. I don't know if it was high school or something, about 2 years ago too. That was
yeah,
posted,
yeah. And
and
that's
then
right
and,
after right after
yeah,
he came back from a life-threatening health crisis or
wow,
whatever. So
wow,
yeah,
God bless.
so
Didn't know that.
yeah,
Allah bless. Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
all praise is due to Allah. So
Indeed, and I came real quick. I didn't want nothing, but since it wasn't a topic, I've been wanting to share this on a few times, a few shows, the past few days. But my daughter, she's 28. All right, I'm a father, only because we don't know people similar to you. I definitely wouldn't give myself the kudos of even watching you. I've seen you exercise with your children, play outside with your children, play with your daughters, all flip with them, act. But I've seen you just do a lot more than maybe it said I would do. But I am an active dad, and I know you from Watts, and I try to tell somebody like, could you imagine being from Watts and then getting to the FOI and combining that too? That's a brother that ain't playing. Period. Point blank. If you got any sense, you don't have to know them. Just know the two backgrounds and the combination. So I'm making a point, and I'm gonna try to make it short and sweet. So for you to have a song like "You Have No Idea,"
mm,
I used to cry to that song every time I played that song. It used to really drop tears out my eyes, and sometimes it still does. I'm in a much better place where I can kind of reflect on it. You know what I mean? It kind of hits me now like, who cares? Who cares is
yeah,
very hurtful. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
very deep, but it's one where you kind of like reflecting. But the what's the first one I just mentioned? Damn, lost my train of
You had
thought.
no idea.
Yeah, I did. Oh my goodness, man, that joint brother used to cry to, right? So my daughter, we got a good relationship. I'm a dad from the hood, you know what I mean? Changed his way, whatever. She know
Yeah,
dad is from the hood. All right. Um, she hit me. She said, "Dad, I'm sad," and broke down crying. And she ain't never done that ever. First time in 28 years. So I
yeah,
didn't really even know where to take it, brother. I was like, "What?
yeah.
We got a ghetto strength. Like, what? We don't do that." So I never seen that breakdown, and she never seen it in me. And we've cried together over, like, on her 24th year of Christmas. She said, "Dad, thank you for all the tough lessons." And that
Mm,
made us break down, like, wow, I wasn't being mean. And now you finally can understand it was love. So we cried like that. Never, I'm saying, I don't know what to do. So
mm,
after about 2 hours of speaking, I had to let her know, your father been through that too. And what I sent her to reflect on was, "You have no idea," to
mm,
let her know that
yeah,
so many people that you don't even have a clue. Because this brother, I look up to you, brother. Always admired you in
mm,
rap and all of
mm,
that. So I like your character, the content of your character, what you stand for, the way you speak, the way you flow, the grown and sexy new flow, everything. I'm with you. I'm a fan. The colloidal silver, the drinks, the spot you got, the books you write. I appreciate who and what you are. I know what
mm,
you represent. So imagine, I had to break a little bit of your history down best I could. Imagine if he feeling like that. I
mm,
mean, they got to show you that everybody go through this. If this was the song that made your dad cry all the time, that means
mm.
this is where I was at for
Man,
many, many years. Don't come at me, homie, just because you see me grinning. Behind this smile chest,
nah,
got my head spinning. So I had to let her know, because you always see me like that, you didn't have a clue that I was going. I felt like calling you, saying, "I'm saying, daughter," the same way. You know what I mean? So that's now a big song between me and her, and she's playing it with her peers and stuff like that. And it's one of her linchpins. It's only been about 7 days, but she really fucked with that. She done sent me some, like, "Thank you, Dad. Now I really understand the 2 hours of talking." That
yeah,
song kind of put it in context that everyone feels like that. Strum your violin, put it
mm,
back in the case, get on your soldier boots, and get back to doing what you got to do. But I thank you for that song, long, beloved. Thank you for everything you've done for us in the game, who and what you are, and who you became. But I just needed you to know that, man. Just your creativity is still leaving a lasting legacy, even with the next generation, man. That shit had a great impact, boy.
Man, thank you. Thank you. Thank God for you. Thank God for your daughter. Thank
Thank
God that I could be used as an instrument, as a shovel or whatever to help, scoop my people out the mud when we get stuck. And as far as your daughter, it ain't just her. That's the time, the season that we in life, in history and prophecy. Is going to be more and more of that. And what both of y'all and all of us watching should do is know that we're depleted of certain vitamins and minerals, that stress is going to even deplete it even more. Disappointment, stress, loss of, friendships or loved ones or relationships or health issues, all of that, keys in your unnecessary stress, which is going to deplete you of all of that. And it's easy for you to cross the line into mental illness like psychosis or schizophrenia and stuff like that, depression, anxiety, all of that. So what she need to do, you need to do, is what me and my family and my been doing is, you gotta get up on your vitamin B1, niacin, the no flush niacin, not the niacin that's going to have your skin stinging and face turning red for 30 minutes. Get the no flush niacin B1. I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's a few vitamins and minerals that we deficient from.
I went the old way. I got B1, wrote that. Niacin, the no, what would you say? The no
flush.
What kind of niacin? No flush. Okay.
No flush, because the regular niacin will be hot. If you take, the certain amount, because you got to kind of take a high dose, maybe 4 or 5 capsules. And if you take the regular niacin, the flush niacin, it'll have you feeling like you about to burst into flames or something. So you don't want to do the flush. You want to do the no flush or the flush free.
Niacin. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
B1,
B1 high on that.
Zinc.
Okay. I'm gonna tell her this stuff now.
I'm gonna
put it directly who it's coming from.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna make her watch this over.
Yeah, this is how you counteract, being depressed and falling into just you can't even catch yourself, because if you get depleted, it's just like a, not to, I don't want to say it like, but it's like a heart attack. It's once you on E, you could run out of gas on the freeway. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Whenever that tank go to E or go to zero, I'm talking about your vitamin and mineral tank.
Yes,
you can lose it. You can lose it right there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Right. Yeah. So so many people think people is crazy or whatever, they tripping or they got a demon and all that. No, that the demon is the stress or the trauma that caused the stress, which depleted their vitamins and their minerals, and specifically vitamin B1 and B complex vitamins and the niacin and the zinc, the vitamin D3, vitamin K2. So I'm gonna put them all in the chat, but the main one is vitamin B1 and niacin. You gotta
non-flush niacin and B1 zinc. Yeah, I'm gonna get them out the link, but I'm also have her watch this over, share this joint with her, or try to get her alert her right now. But even if not, have her come watch this joint tomorrow. Share it on my post, because people do need to know this. I didn't know that mental health could be affected by your vitamin count and your minerals and all of that in the brain. I did not know that. I've heard Yeah, I didn't hear that. I've never heard anybody put it that way. I've heard how if you don't eat, it affect your mood and it can affect your, the content. If you're eating the wrong things, like some people, I don't know, offense to anybody, eating pork or something, how that can have an effect on your mental. And I've heard those things, but what you just dropped was new to me. So I definitely will share and let some people know.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, beloved. Yeah, I'm gonna add that to her arsenal, man, and that help her too, along with the song, with the strength we already got, and you know what I mean, and we be good.
So implement that with everybody, us, you, me, you, her, and everybody watching. Cut out the sugars. Cut out the sugar. poison. That's feeding all the parasites. That's feeding all the fungus. That's feeding all the mucus. That's causing all the inflammation. Get rid of the sugars. Get rid of the white, like white rice, white bread, white starchy foods, and all of that. You gotta fast. You gotta detox off of that. So fasting will help you, but if you already depleted and you try to fast, then you're gonna really crack yourself. Like, you don't want to do that. So if you're gonna fast from all of that, then compensate with high doses of them vitamins, supplements while you fasting.
Right.
Fasting off of the sugar and the starch and the carbohydrates and all that
white,
other poison.
White potatoes, white rice, and white. Okay.
You got to get all that out your system. You got to burn all that out your system.
All right. It's a challenge, but I definitely appreciate it. Well, it ain't a challenge. You got to want it.
What's even more of a challenge is trying to live with them diseases that's going to take you.
That's what I'm saying. All you got to do is want it. You're right about that. I do got a little water with some fruit in it. That's about it.
Yeah, but that ain't enough. That ain't gonna remove.
No, I know. I'm trying. I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get those things you mentioned. I'm gonna look at the link for sure. But I want to let some other brothers on, maybe especially Gooch, man. Gooch, the great old Naeem Akbar Jr., so he can go in. So he can come in. Yeah. Hey, Juice, funny dude. Gooch is funny dude. I tell him all his little posts and memes. Those are T-shirts, and I have bought a machine because I was supposed to make the shirts for him and the cups for him and Yuck, at least all of those statements and all. But then a few things. I had the machine. A few things happened. He lost his phone when I was calling him at that time a few months ago to get it cracking. Then when he got the phone and hit me, I done lost the storage with the machine. So now we're gonna get a higher level machine and get that going for you brothers. I don't want nothing, man, but the affiliation.
Man, well, you already got that. You VIP, much love, my bro. Always love to see you.
All right, sir. Appreciate you, beloved.
All right. Peace. Yeah. So, Big Tevis Muhammad say oil of oregano. Actually, I mean that's part of it. Oil of oregano, but you're taking it for the carvacrol. So a lot of the oil of oregano, is watered down or whatever. Of course, you want the organic everything, but what you're looking for is the carvacrol content. I'll put that in the chat. The carvacrol oil, and you want that to be from like 73% all the way up to 90%. That's what get the job done. Like the oregano, of course, has healing properties and purification or detox properties, but it's the carvacrol oil that you really want. So let me see. Bread, starch, alcohol, of course. And this ain't the full list, but I'm just trying to put this up here. Magnesium glycinate, and L-magtine. So that's a little list. Everybody that's dealing with depression or anxiety, just not mentally feeling good, that's what you're suffering from. It's absolutely your diet, but it could also be your actions. You could be living foul and just suffering the consequences, the stress and the physical consequences of doing foul shit. But if you say, well, I'm living right and I'm trying to live right, and the stresses of everything is coming down on me or whatever, that's your diet. That's your diet. That's forcing you to have to change your diet and tighten up on your diet, eating not necessarily raw, but organic, fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. Stop using them cans, processed foods in the box and potato chips and crackers and all of that. You're gonna have to cut all of that out. You're gonna have to detox from all of that. I'm not saying forever, but to get back on homeostasis, to get your system back right, you might have to fast from eating any of that for like 3 months, anywhere from 3 to 6 months. But it's worth it. you just replace that bad food with good food. You and your family. You got to tell your family, because they'll come in your face with some donuts or some, some cakes and some pies and some cookies and all of that. And so many of our sisters, man, they're not living in the real world of discipline. They're living in a world of, I got to treat myself, and I owe myself a party, and I need to self-care, self-love, and all that's really talking about is you continuing to poison yourself and be weak and not discipline yourself. Like, so sadly, a lot of our sisters, that's why they're in the health condition, because they're not with the discipline. Who's going to discipline? The only thing that can discipline them and get their is their own illness, is the consequences of not being disciplined, which is their own illness, is their own health conditions that's going to be whooping their ass, that's going to force them to have to discipline them when the Euro doctor tells them, you only got this, or this is about to happen to you. You only got this amount of time to live, and blah, blah, blah. Instead of listening to your righteous doctor or authority, which is your man or your own, So my job, of course, is to get the blood off my hands, so you won't be able to say, you didn't hear, you didn't understand. But if we so super tough and we don't submit, I don't do Islam. Islam means submission. I ain't submitting. I ain't obeying nobody. I ain't following nobody instructions. All right. You're going to follow them pains. You're going to follow them disease instructions. You're going to follow them disease instructions, and probably going to be too late. So I don't want it to be too late, and you don't either. But we're offering you the real solutions, because that's health and wellness. Because your money, finances don't mean nothing if you ain't physically healthy to enjoy it. You can't even appreciate being rich and famous if you ill. So that's first things first, is health. Health is the real wealth. So how many of us is stressed out right now? How many of us is suffering from high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, this disease, that disease, this bacteria, that fungus, this virus, that whatever. That's why you can't even be happy, because you're dealing with that. So the happiness comes when you get the knowledge and the understanding of how to reverse that or how to cure that. You know what I'm saying? Then you really happy, and you want to share that knowledge. You want to share it. So that's what I be on here for. Anything that I see that Allah, the Lord, bless us to get the knowledge and cure and overcome it, whatever, I'm definitely sharing it. And that's what I'm talking about is specifically what we done cured. We done conquered. I got to be careful. I'm not saying I can cure you, because I'm not a medical professional, so I don't make medical claims. I'm just saying that, God blessed us, in my household, to be able to cure some things that have took other family members of mine out. So I want you to benefit from it. Do your own independent research and understand all so-called problems have solutions. All so-called diseases have cures, not just treatments. Anything that you allegedly got that the doctors say there's no cure for, there is a cure. The doctor just don't know the cure, or if they do know the cure, they just not telling you or me. There is no such thing as a disease or ailment, affliction, or illness that exists that there's no cure for. That's no such thing. No such thing. Yeah. So that's part of the defeat of causing you stress, is when somebody that you believe in, called my doctor or my pastor or my boss or whoever you giving that kind of reverence and power to, that tell you no, there's no advancement here, or no, there's no way out, or there's no cure, and so now they telling you something that you allowing into your ears and into your mind and into your heart, that you believe in them. So whatever they can get you to believe, you gonna do the rest of the work. If you believe there's no cure for something, that's sad. even though we know that's not true. If somebody can make you believe it though, then you're gonna get yourself out of here. Your own stress and worry, the power of your God creative mind is going to create that. It's going to make that happen. I'm not saying be in denial. I'm not saying, deny, like somebody say you got cancer or you got this or that. I'm not saying, no, I don't believe that. No, I'm not saying that. Let me see. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Even assuming that I do, I'm going to still go change my whole lifestyle, even if I do got it or I don't got it. I don't care what it is, a cancer, a virus, or whatever, diabetes, high blood pressure. All of us should be changing our diet and our lifestyle as though we got all of those things. Somebody that don't got cancer or no disease or no illness or virus should still be eating the same way as those that found out they got cancer or whatever, and they got to change. It's supposed to be the same thing. But we so weak and we look at each other where they get to enjoy cake and candies and cookies. Nah, they just enjoying it temporarily. They're going to be in a hell of a condition shortly. Just because you ran into it before they did. No, they not free. They ain't escaping. All of us is supposed to be eating to live. Understanding that we being poisoned, that we being taken out by what we put in our mouth. That is the weapon of mass destruction. They don't need no nuclear bombs no more. They got viruses. They got parasites in the food. That parasites is what's, is contributing to these viruses. Parasites is contributing to these cancers. Parasites. So you don't necessarily need I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving no medical advice, but the natural remedy to parasites is in nature. And like Brother Tevis said, one of the greatest anti-parasitics is carvicoil oil that's found in oregano oil, black seed, oregano, fasting. I keep these on deck. I don't know if you can see that. Organic pumpkin seeds, that's for the bigger parasites, and for other stuff, like you just got to change your diet, change your lifestyle, change your diet. That's it. I just now broke another fast. I'm fresh off another 3-day fast earlier in this month. Same month, I did a 9-day fast, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I didn't fasted half of the month. You know what I'm saying? That first one was a doozy. That's the longest I ever fasted without no food, period, was 9 days that I did the beginning of this month. And I just did I'm just making that the norm. Anything under that, it was so easy to do this 3 days. I had to remind myself that I was fasting. I wasn't dizzy. I wasn't hurting. I wasn't nothing. I was like, damn, all right. And that's how you don't. Some people say if you don't eat, then you get sick. It's the opposite. It's what you eat that's making you sick. When you don't eat, meaning when you fast, is when you allow this natural, organic, divine hospital and all the doctors in it to heal what need to be healed through fasting. But if you already depleted of certain vitamins and minerals, then you can't just fast cold turkey. You should fast along with taking vitamin and mineral supplements, them specific ones or whatever, depending on what your ailment is. So you're not eating. It's not like you enjoying vitamin B1s. Like your stomach is going to go through the process of digesting it, but it's not going to qualify. It's not going to be considered you eating. That's going straight to what need to be going to. So you know the difference between eating. Your body know the difference. Your body is going to start feeding on itself. It's going to start feeding on, the fatty tissues and the muscle tissues. It's going to start shedding all the previous cells, including, cancer cells or virus cells or whatever. So the more we start regularly fasting, and then when you do eat again, you just eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean like you in prison. Like, find some good stuff that you're going to eat, like good fresh vegetables and fresh fruits and, you know what I'm saying, fresh stuff that, you know, if you know how to cook, make it taste good, but just stop eating all that processed BS, especially sugars. Cut the sugar out, period. You're going to have to just go cold turkey on that for about 2 or 3 months, I would say. Just leave it alone altogether, like pork. Just leave that all that. And if you're going to eat anything sugary, you make it yourself. Make it and sweeten it with honey or dates or agave or something like that. Sweeten it yourself. I don't trust no public people sweets. Sugar is terrible. Terrible. Spade say alkaline water. Alkaline water is okay, but it's not going, you know, I don't want to, you know, bust nobody bubble, but it's the foods that you eat that determine your alkalinity. Alkaline water, I mean, that's just going to maybe, if you lucky, run through your digestive tract, you know what I'm saying? But it's your food, the food that's either alkaline or acidic that causes that. It's not the water. It's like my bro had the lemon water. That ain't enough. You can't just eat trash and poison and think you just gonna be okay drinking some alkaline water. That's not how that works. It's the food we eat that makes our system alkaline, you know what I'm saying, instead of acidic. And when we fast, that's like a reset button. Fasting is a reset button. Fasting is like a crash course detox. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like I'm too weak and I gotta have something to eat. Like, I mean, if you say so, if you got some underlying health conditions or something, maybe so. But if you just, you know, too weak or lazy, or, you know, you believe that something gonna happen to you bad if you don't eat for 2 or 3 days, that's what you believe, then yeah, you're gonna create that, I guess. But I'm telling you, I just fresh off of 9 days, nothing, no food whatsoever, no food, just drinking water. You got to have water, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what the body is made out of. Your blood needs to flow. You need to be able to urinate and sweat and get whatever toxins that you killed off, flush it out your system. So you got to have water. But no juice, no sodas, no this and that. I mean, if you're trying to do a juice fast, but that's still weak. Like, just go to war. Just go to war. You know what I'm saying? Go to war against them parasites and them viruses and them bacteria and microbes and pathogens that's in our system. All the candida, all the, you know, fungus, like all the yeasts and extra this and that. Fasting burns it out. Fasting kills it, and then, you know, the water flushes it out. You fast more than 3 days, you in the game. You fast 3 days or more, you in the game. Big Stanley, is fasting good for people with diabetes? I'm not a health professional. I don't make, give medical advice, but I have definitely family members and friends and all that not only is fasting good, was fasting good for their diabetes, fasting reversed their diabetes. So you might want to, you know, look into that for you or whoever your people is that might be suffering from that. Fasting reversed their diabetes. But it's a certain type of fasting protocol. So I don't know what their condition is. Like I said, I'm not a doctor and health professional. I don't give medical advice, but I am a witness and I'm a researcher. And I do have personal testimonies of people that did fast and actually reversed their diabetes. Just like, you know, you probably know or heard of people that, you know, take certain that fast and do detoxes and send their cancers into permanent remission. I can't use the word CURE, but they send their cancers into remission for the rest of their life with fasting and changing their diet. So yeah, what I said earlier, every disease, every illness, ailment, affliction, whatever, has a solution. So I'm not telling nobody what to do and what not to do, but from my experience and family members or friends that, in the nation, absolutely. And thank you for the super chat, Stan. Jabril Ahmad said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said it takes 7 days to get used to eating, I guess, once a day. It would take another 7 days to get used to eating once every other day. Yeah, I can see that. But, it depends on what, people's threshold is. You can get used to something right away. It's like people say that it's hard to stop smoking cigarettes. Maybe, maybe not. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? I don't need 7 days to stop. If it's something if I determine in my mind that I'm gonna stop or that I'm gonna start doing something I'm supposed to do, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about getting used to nothing. If it's something that I know I'm supposed to do, I'm just gonna do it. It's just like if the doctor you believe in tell you got to start taking this insulin or this what they do in diabetes, dialysis. You're gonna get used to that. I don't care if you used to it or not. You better do it. I don't care. That's like too emotionally what you call that? Catering. Like you trying to cater or I don't care how you feel about it. If this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do. I ain't got to get used to that. If this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna do it. You're gonna find me doing it. Uncle Big Man said I went on a 7-day water fast in the joint and can't even chew gum. Couldn't have imagined 2 more days though. Yeah, you could have. That's just the environment that you're in. If you're in a joint, that's already a stressful environment. You know what I'm saying? And it's doable. If you went 7, you can go 9. If you went 9, you can go 13. Like you could do whatever you decide you're gonna do. But realistically, depending on what type of environment and people that you're around, and yeah, of course, that's gonna make a big difference on what you feel like you can tolerate. Spades, aspartame, yes, like that, the fake sugar. Yeah, all of that's bad. I got to be careful not to call something poison. But yeah, all of that is shown to be bad by recent medical journals and research. K Beautiful J says How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, book 1 and book 2. Knowledge, assalamu alaikum, drinking spring water on a fast and using a real Cooper cup. I guess copper. Do you mean copper? And using a real Cooper cup or copper cup to drink from. May Allah bless you all and your family. Salute, salute. Stan, what's the message for Savior's Day? Man. I can't even speak on that. Can't even speak on that. Spring water, I mean, distilled water, spring water, we don't know which is which. A lot of these waters, of course, with these plastics, these little flimsy little plastics that bleed off into the water with the BPA, we gotta know that poison, like how we being attacked, our health, how we being attacked is through the water, through what we drink, through containers and bottles and pots and pans, so-called non-stick pots or aluminum pots, aluminum foil. How many of us cook with aluminum foil? Need to stop that immediately. Let me say that 3 times. Stop cooking with aluminum foil, period. Do not cook your food, no food whatsoever, with aluminum on the top or the bottom. Stop. That's equivalent, if not worse, than mercury fillings in your teeth. That's responsible for some of the most terrible neurological damage and brain damage and schizophrenias and psychoses and all of that is the metals, that aluminum, that mercury in your system is absolutely deadly. So we talking health, and we talking about wellness and health and wealth. Health is the wealth. I just challenge us, just like I challenge myself. Right, cast iron pots is what you want, and stainless steel, the real stainless steel, and glass. Glass skillets, like the heavy ones, the porcelain ones. That's what you want to stay away from. The aluminum or the cheap whatever pots and pans that you see in a regular store in Target or Walmart or whatever grocery store. No, you got to go find them old school ones that your grandmama, your great grandmama used to cook with. Them heavy black skillets, them heavy, cast iron ones. No. K Beautiful J, drinking from aluminum cans are not good either. Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Aluminum cans, anything, any food or drink in aluminum, especially if it's heated, if the aluminum is heated, pure poison, pure deadly to the brain and to the system, to your neurological system. Spade said, I read that storing food in plastic leads to illnesses. I would agree. Yeah. Because these plastics, the way they even put together, it's not like glass or porcelain. The best thing that you can store something in is glass or porcelain. That's why you get them Tupperwares or whatever with the little red tops, airtight, or you get the little mason jars, and the porcelain things. That's the best. Longwood. You got to change that title, bro. I need aluminum in my deodorant. You might need to get blocked. Why do you need aluminum in your deodorant? Stanley, is whiting fish no longer good anymore? I don't know. What the species is good. I don't know what you mean. Like, is there certain waters that you've heard is contaminated? Because down there, all of the waters is contaminated. You know what I'm saying? Down there, all the waters is contaminated. So that's why it's best to not eat no meat if possible. And if you do eat meat, yeah, I wouldn't even suggest none of it. You just got to be a real stickler, and you got to really be studying and researching where the food comes from, because even though they got an organic label or kosher label, they could be still lying. So you got to do your best due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that they trying to poison you every step of the way. Go shop with the small cap shop. Go to the small cap grocery stores. That's what I would do. I would go to the small cap. The people that we know is the quote unquote wise enemy. You might want to go shop in their grocery stores, because I don't think they'd be poisoning themselves. If you know anything, if you ever worked in grocery stores or markets or whatever, in distributions, you know that the best quality food goes to the ghettos. Even if it's a Walmart, the Walmarts in the small cap community, if they exist, you're gonna find kosher everything. You're gonna find organic kosher everything in them Walmarts. But you come to the hood and you ain't gonna find kosher organic nothing. You're gonna find bioengineered, GMO bioengineered, true value or great value trash. Great value this, great value that. West Coast fanatic, salute. Supreme touch, stay away from plastic cutting boards. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. Wood, because we got the little wood cutting board, but at the same time, you be realistic. You gotta be realistic. So it's a lot of stuff we should stay away from, but spades. I appreciate the advice. Yeah, it's just my experience. It's just my little experience, what I've experienced up until this point. Dave Lartigue, Compton and Watts. Right. The Jesus deleters, Adrian. Yeah, for sure. Uncle Big Man said, or go to Amish market. I don't know where no Amish markets is at. I would agree with that, but I ain't never seen one of those in my life. So I've been in, living in Los Angeles, my whole life up until recently. I ain't never seen an Amish market. So I wouldn't even, I mean, I'm sure you can find one now. You can research and try to find one and find if they open to the public, they allow walk-ins or walk-ups or whatever, or do they just keep their thing among their community? But yeah, I heard about them and I heard about their health, and non-cancer rate, non-diabetes rates and all that among their community. But yeah, I ain't never seen one in real life. King Arthur 661, can you tell us what your diet consists of? My diet, personal diet, and my family diet consists of organic everything. Organic, fresh fruits and vegetables. We don't really do nothing in the can, don't do really nothing in a box, do nothing really in a package, you know what I'm saying? Unless it says organic, and they could be lying, but we just do the best due diligence that we can do because we don't grow our own food. That's the very best thing you could do is grow your own food. And since we don't do that, then we at the mercy of our own research and our own reading the labels and doing our own studying about this company or that company. But my diet personally is vegetables, vegetable everything. I don't eat every vegetable, but I'm heavy on vegetables. The only meat I really eat is like chicken breast from time to time, which is like baked chicken or boiled chicken if I'm eating like chicken tacos or something like that. And fish, salmon, wild caught salmon, and like various type of fishes, like flounder, whiting. I eat whiting. I ain't had none in a long time, but yeah, I really be steering clear. Like I'm really ain't a big eater. I know how to eat a lot, but I really don't be thinking about eating too much. A lot of us, our whole life our whole day revolve around eating, and mine don't. I just never been that kind of dude. I don't got that kind of metabolism. That don't give me comfort. Like food don't give me comfort like that. Some people, they replace sex and relationships and money and all that with food. Like food is their god. It's their go-to. It's like their drug. Their whole thing. Every time you call them on the phone, you hear them smacking or you hear them, hey, let me get a steak burrito with such and such. Like, damn, ain't what you just eating like 20 minutes ago? Like, so that's, that's not, I ain't on that. Like my life is, I'm so trying to accomplish real God powers and accomplishments and stuff and go to war with this enemy and defeat this enemy before he can defeat me. I don't be on food. Me personally, I don't be on food. I be on working out, I be on working out and training and, what I'm saying, preparation for war type stuff. But yeah, it don't be food. Like I'm not a foodie. And even my wife and my daughters or whatever, like if you around me, the man sets the tone. The man sets the law, sets the tone. Everybody in my household is healthy. Everybody that came from my testicles are athletic, are healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna have to take it. They're gonna get it from my lifestyle. If I'm lazy, out of shape, fat, I ain't doing no discipline like fasting. I ain't working out. I ain't, training or whatever. Then they gonna think that that's cool. That we don't got to be in shape neither. So that's just something I was just blessed to always be active and athletic and a scrapper or you know, always knew it was on some, I was on some war stuff because I had to be, but then I learned how to appreciate it or whatever. It's just like martial art trainers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like my brother Daniel Muhammad out of Chicago, one of the assistant ministers, student ministers, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, or Supreme Captain, Assistant Supreme Captain, Grand Master. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other things we can do mastering ourselves that we ain't got to worry about. Food. It's not hard once you learn that this is a weapon. It's being used by the enemy as a weapon to sicken me or to get me up out of here. Then yeah, I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of doing me like that. So once I learned that it's a weapon and this is how you've been getting us out of here, I'm never giving you the satisfaction of getting me out of here like that. I'm just going to adjust. I just got that kind of fight back type vindictive or vengeance retaliation type mind. Even if I love it, and that's what they know, they're going to use what you love to test you or to take you out. You love sex, you love food, you love fame, you love money, you love whatever. They're going to use that to get you up out of here. And God going to let them use it to test you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you love more than you should, or whoever he is, or whatever it is you love more than God and your divine purpose, you know, God gonna let the devil test you and whoop your ass with it. Or he might whoop your ass with it. Just to see, okay, now what is life about? Now what you gonna do with your life? Because that main thing that you was putting above me and before me, I just took it from you. You can't do it no more. Or you can't have her or have him no more. Now what? So that's God gonna force you to your real divine purpose, which ain't food. Food is not your purpose. Food is not your purpose, and money is not your purpose. Fame is not your purpose. Your purpose is to be God, grow into God, right? So the creation, money and fame didn't have shit to do with the creation and still don't. No parts of money or fame created the heavens or the earth, nor does it maintain or evolve the heavens or the earth. So why are we wasting our life with it? I mean, we got to have it, you understand, in this world, but we ain't supposed to love it. We ain't supposed to worship it. That ain't supposed to be our priority. Everything bag. Let me go get this bag. Okay, where's the family? Where's the love? Who do you love? What relationship was you working on as far as love and family more than you was working on your bag? Because once you get your bag and you ain't got nobody to love, you got some plants and some cats and some dogs and shit that you spending $30,000 a year on dog food and shit, or cat food, or veterinarian bills or whatever, crying yourself to sleep while your dog howling or while your cat shedding on your damn pillow. What good is having a bag then? You done tricked off your purpose. You done wasted your life and tricked off your purpose because you was worshiping money. You was chasing money. Salute. Big Rube. Doobie Funk 3000. Too much food equals doofus. All right. Lamont. Elmatic. What happened? What happened to you? Hold it down, ranch mob. I'm in the process of moving. Oh, okay. Got you. Peace to you, Elmatic. Lamont. But yeah, health is wealth, man. Health is everything. Health, mental health, first physical health. Physical health is first, then mental health. It's the same chronological order as a baby coming out the womb. A baby don't care, don't need to know nothing about mental health. All baby wants, first priority of a baby, any new life, is feed me healthy, feed me physically, give me the best, healthiest physical food. And that's the same chronological order for me and you. What's the best gasoline? I just got a brand new Bugatti, 2025 Bugatti. I don't know nothing about it. I heard this is the most expensive car on the planet. What am I supposed to put in this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Do I put Arco 87 in this shit? Do I put the cheap, thrifty you know, gasoline up in here. What do I put in? What am I supposed to put in here? If I go to Walmart, to the AutoZone little shop to work on to do my oil change, like this is the Bugatti. This is way more expensive than this vehicle right here is the vehicle of God. The very first thing you're supposed to do is put the best fuel in it, the absolute best fuel in it before you even learn how to drive. You could just have it in a garage. I ain't even drove it yet because I don't know how to drive yet. But I bet you it's gonna have the best oil, the best transmission fluid, the best gasoline, high octane, or whatever. So when I do get my license, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna have no problem. I'm gonna have 99 problems, but that ain't gonna be one of them. Right? I'm gonna have hater problems. Like, nigga, how you get that? How you come off the showroom floor looking like that? I'm gonna have other problems, but health ain't gonna be one of them. So that's what we're supposed to do with our children. And that's why they, you know, even when you, all of y'all that's pregnant or just had a child or about to have a child, be careful with them prenatals. And I would say, me personally, I would never allow, once my child is in a delivery room, you stay with that child. If you a man, if that's your child, you stay with the child. You don't let the doctors take them and say, we're going to do this to him. We're going to run this test on him. We're going to stick him in the heel with the, and do the blood test, vitamin K, whatever they want to hit them with, or the TB, none of that. You better not let them stick your child with none of that. I know too many of y'all, it's too late already. And our responsibility in it is to go get this knowledge like this and do some chelations. Learn how chelation work. Learn the not parsley, what's the other thing? Cilantro and, you know, all of the stuff that pulls them metals and pulls them poisons out of your children's bloodstream. Because it's sad, but these Satans make sure that they pump our children up with all kind of BS before you even conscious. And now you don't know why your child got a food allergy and swelling up and got this kind of allergy and got this kind of health condition. Because you didn't have no idea what was in them prenatal pills. You didn't have no idea what was in them prenatal shots. You didn't have no idea what was in, you know, when they soon as they was born, they want to hit you with a hepatitis or something. Hepatitis or something. Like, ain't that a STD? Why my newborn need a hepatitis shot? So me personally, well, I wasn't having none of that. You ain't taking nothing. No, well, you're gonna have to sign this thing. I don't have to, whatever. Like, I bet you ain't finna stick my child with that unless you want to get stuck. You ain't finna stick my child with nothing. And you ain't gonna stick my child's mother with nothing. That's what men's supposed to do. Otherwise, we just like, you know, everybody that went and took the Fauci juice. Oh, well, the doctor said you're supposed to do it because the doctor said it. The doctor say, how did we survive for the last 400 years? In pigsty slop, slave quarter, mud, no heater, no refrigerator. Like, how did we last this long when we didn't have none of them Dr. Fauci things for the last four centuries? And we was healthier. We didn't have these diseases. We were stronger, more muscular. You know what I'm saying? Lived to be in our hundreds. Didn't have, you know, ED, dysfunction downstairs. Slave mothers and grandmothers was having 13 children and 15 children, like stayed fertile myrtle. But right now we can't even look up and have a child. Can't even carry a child more than 3 months without your whole uterus falling out or something. So what's wrong with getting back to nature, and what happened to us? Why did we start believing in our destroyers? Why did we start believing and following and obeying and submitting to our destroyers? So all I can do. Breaking news. American Airlines plane collides with military Black Hawk helicopter. Wow, over Potomac River in Washington, D.C. or D.C. mass casualties feared. Mm. So obviously that's released. I mean, that's public news. American Airlines. I ain't heard of that in a minute. United States, whether it's United Airlines, American, Southwest, Delta, we ain't heard of that. But out of all things, colliding with a military Black Hawk helicopter, that sounds very strange. That sounds very strange. Why would a United States military Black Hawk helicopter collide with a commercial airplane? Wow. Yeah, we need to check into that. Doobie Funk says a 60 passenger aircraft. Wow. Not the big six. Wow. Wow. Yeah, ain't no comment other than wow. I have no comment other than wow. Ahmad Jabril said they outlawed Black studies at schools today. Shit, what is Black studies anyway? What is Black studies? I would have outlawed it too. That's just like the college curriculum called Black studies or African studies. What is that? Why would we rely on them to teach us our our knowledge or our history? No. Black studies ain't ever did nothing for us in the 12 years of slave public food system. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Uncle Big Man said they share airspace in DC because Reagan National. Yeah, that don't sound right though. So I've heard that American Airlines, a lot of people wasn't even trying to work for American Airlines because they air traffic or something was suspect. Like people wasn't even trying to work for airline, like they was quitting because they knew that American Airlines protocol or something wasn't up to par. I know I heard about that the past year or something like. Yeah, that's rough. Uncle Big Man, yeah, it's real. It's all over DC, Virginia, Maryland news. Dave Lartigue said that's been taken out of school 30 years ago. Right. Black studies. Like, who cares about blacks? What is Black studies? If it ain't NOI, knowledge of self, then it ain't nothing anyway. You get all your Black studies here in your own nation, from your own teachers and scholars in the NOI. Because what the hell is a former slave master going to teach the former slave about Black studies? Why would I even want to hear about Black studies in a public food system, period? Even if it's a Black teacher, what you going to be able to teach me? You ain't going to be able to teach me what you're supposed to teach me. You will get fired. They'll fire you and say you was teaching hate as you anti such and such. Can y'all hit the like button? Hit the like button for me, man. Got 107 people here. I love that number, 107 in the chat. Can y'all please hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. The boss say indoctrination. Absolutely indoctrination. Yeah. Absolutely indoctrination. But they left French, German, and Spanish as they should. Yeah, I'm saying I wouldn't rely, like I said, like even with Trump, I wouldn't rely on Trump, to give me reparations or to do for me what I know I'm supposed to do for myself. That's childish. That's why they call us boy. Hey, little boy, look here, boy. Because if you still asking me for shit, you definitely my boy. You just a boy. You ain't a man. A man is gonna be ghost doing his manhood thing, building his own, teaching his own. I ain't finna be complaining to my former slave master to teach me right, boss. Teach my children about us, boss. No, we need affirmative action, boss. We need DEI hires, boss. No, the hell we don't. We need straight freedom, separation, reparations, or nothing. Don't half-ass me. It's just like the story of Moses and Aaron. I mean, yeah, Moses and Aaron and Pharaoh said, "Let my people go." He had to go back 9 or 10 different times because Pharaoh kept on trying to, penny pinch him. I might give you a little of this, and then Moses will go back to God and call down a plague, and then he come back. Well, I'll give you and your people a little more. Like, no, nigga, give us everything or nothing. Give us everything, or you get everything. We're gonna call the full 9 or 10 plagues down on your ass with these rods and these staffs that we got. So just think about it. If you believe in God in that story, why God just didn't do it in one little event? Why did he allow Moses to have to go back and forth with this Pharaoh 9 or 10 times? And then the final time was the plague of death, where his own firstborn son, Pharaoh's own firstborn son, had to get took out in order for him to give us everything they were supposed to give us. And then after he gave it to us, he rethought it and reconsidered and sent his armies to wipe us out after that. All of that is going on right now. But I just want you to ask yourself, why did God let that process go back 9 times, back and forth 9 times? You know what I'm saying? Why did it take 9 hours for Jesus to die or to give up the ghost? What is 9 months for a baby to be born or delivered? Why God just don't do it in one time? Abracadabra, let's just get this over with. You know what I'm saying? KMS, every subject is Black studies. Right. Thank you. Oh, man. Lamont, Elmatic got your cash app. Thank you, Elmatic, holding it down. Yes, sir. Thank you. Also holding it down. Man, you already know. You've been keeping the lights on over here for an awful long time with the colloidal silver, with the cash apps. So, man, you VIP. West Coast fanatic, brother Cam. My bad. KMS, every subject is Black studies once you start looking into the creators and designers of most of the technology. Yeah, you look at the race that's ruling, who made them. So it ain't about what they made. It's great to see what our creations have made, but we made them. We marvel in what they made. We're supposed to be marveling at ourselves for making them. We made a whole human species out of ourselves. So whatever that human species that's recessive and weak that we made, all the technological advances that they're able to do so much that us who made them is saying that they the ones controlling the weather. They the ones causing earthquakes. They the ones like, oh, okay. Well, shit, you giving your own creation God power. Big Zedric, thank you, Big Zed. Man, thank you, Big Zed. Man, y'all coming through tonight. Just when we need it. Lord might not come when you call him, but they always on time. And the Allah and the person of my brothers and sisters, man, on this cash app. Monique, thank you, Monique. Man, this is going right to my son also, because he didn't want to, he got kind of proud or whatever, and he didn't want to kind of ask for no contributions for his establishing, his new show on here that he's going to be doing live stock trading. And he just opened a fresh account that he's getting funded. So all of that, by y'all gifts and God's permission, thank y'all. So we're going to make sure he get that started as soon as possible. But absolutely, Monique, man, all my people, man, thank y'all. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Y'all done took my train of thought. I start thanking the Lords. The Lords are our shepherd. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Allah and the person of your people. West Coast fanatic, brother Ken, do you have a website for your music? I'm looking for the God's Plan album. God's Plan? I didn't have a God's Plan album. You mean a 2020 God Vision? I got a website, but I don't think it's on there. You would have to hit me on my DM on IG, my West Coast Cam DM, and then we could work something out on what I got, whether it's released or unreleased. Rube say video shows that they interpret to be the AA flight rear-ending, American Airlines flight rear-ending the helicopter, both falling into the river. Wow. Yeah, I cannot comment on that one. Video shows what they interpret to be the American Airlines flight rear-ending the helicopter. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to study that one. No comment. The boss, nothing is free in life. Yeah, nothing worth having. Nothing worth having is free. Life was free, but it pays, it costs to maintain it. Stanley, this reminds me back when Tavis Smiley and the Honorable Louis Farrakhan got into a debate about the American school system, and the leader was like, the school system burned to the school system burned to the ground. Right. Like Martin Luther King Jr., may Allah be pleased, integrating into a burning house. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique, again. Thank you, Monique, for both the peace and the blessings, and for my son, Monique. The God woman, God energy over here. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all gods and angels over here. Monique, Zedric, Gerald, Elmatic, all of y'all. And just, and even though for those that, can't afford or don't really have nothing that you can give, you giving your attention, you paying attention, and you taking this information and sharing it or benefiting yourself and your family with it. And that's a greater gift. That makes me feel like I'm actually serving a divine purpose bigger than just myself and my own family. Because everybody, especially these rappers, everybody is good for saying, I'm just feeding my family. Like, what about your extended family? What about your people? I'm not trying to promote no football team, no youth football league. I'm trying to promote an army of God to survive Armageddon and to conquer the beast. You know what I'm saying? F foosball or basketball or baseball or whatever. Nah. I want to win the war against Satan. I want us to all celebrate the real championship. The real championship. I want us to get the crown, not the trophy. How about we get the crown and be the conquering lions of Judah? How about that? That's the only championship I want. Salute BL Senior, Malika. I see you, Malika. And Vent. Oh man, yeah, I heard that, but yeah, I ain't touching that. Yeah, 2020 God vision. Yep, that's what it is. One was landing and one was taking off. Wow. It's it's video that you will see on the okay. The boss, a good human is a good human. Your hard work improves confidence and creates momentum. Right. Good hard work. Because devils work hard and Satan's work hard, right? But that don't make them good humans. So I'm glad that you put the correct words at the beginning. Good hard work. Good hard work creates that confidence and momentum. It creates the same in wicked people. Wicked people get bold and confident, and they get wins. They don't win the war. They win the battles, but they eventually gonna lose the war. But the principle do apply. So the boss is correct. Man. It was something that I was gonna say. Jam Jack, teachings can't be unheard. That's right. The warnings, the good news, because it's not just warnings, but it's warning time now. The minister, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan been given the good news part of the game since 1931. But it's also good news and warnings. So we don't want to hear nothing about the warnings, because the warnings makes us have to think about submission, obedience, and discipline and consequences. We don't like that. So grace, Farrakhan has been the grace of us standing in the way of our rebellion and our chastisement because of the rebellion. And now his time of standing in the way is up. He's no longer holding back the due consequences that's due to us for our rejection, our rebellion, for our evils, for our mischief, for our BS. We have reached that time, and I keep saying it every day. I was saying certain things about what Trump was going to do with black sisters, and you see that happening. I was saying what was going to happen with us, who males, who've been doing what we've been doing, and ain't atoned, ain't clean our life up, ain't apologized for violating our, black women, especially when they was little girls, because so many of these females that's ratchet and wild and uncontrollable is because they carrying around demons of child tampering when they was children by males that made them totally just reject males that look like us, period. And the God that we claim is supposed to be a black male, like F that black male and F every other black male, because that black male God that y'all claiming didn't swoop down and step in and stop this black male from violating me when I was a little girl. So F your black male God and F you black male brothers, you know what I'm saying, so-called authorities. So I understand that trauma, but they're going to pay a price, unfortunately, for that rebellion. But that's why we supposed to be patient and understanding and not just jump to like a gender war. Like, no, just because me or you didn't do that damage or that violation to these particular sisters don't mean somebody didn't. And we got to be willing and able to be mechanics and fix what we didn't break. For those of us that didn't never break a little girl or a female. If you did break a girl or female, grace is over for you. You had your time to atone and to make it up. You just wanted to be like the females is and sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen. You seeing that little family member every year at Christmas or Thanksgiving, knowing what you did to her. Oh no. Oh, that's over with. That's over with. So good news and warnings, dreadful warnings now. We had the chance and the time to confess and atone and try to make things right. But did we take it? Did we do it? Nope. So you finna see the God do it. God finna go to work. You finna see these winds whipping on our ass now. Because the man of God or the Solomon or the Jesus or whoever that God gave the power of winds to, that they can make the winds whip into a fire tornado, a fire nado, make the winds make a month's journey in a single night, can make the winds whip up fires all over the West Coast. It's a man doing that. We're not talking about a so-called man that was in the little hills with a blowtorch starting fires. No, even if that existed, who whipped up the winds? Who controls the winds and made them get out of control? Who's preaching to the winds? Who has the power to speak to the winds and move the winds? So is that the white man too? Is that harp too? All right, then go on and worship the full God, the white man as your God then. Because I'm telling you, it's a black man that's alive today that has been given the power over the forces of nature. That's why he keep telling you, watch the weather. Watch the weather. Watch the weather. Why? Who's controlling the weather? The white man? Why I want to watch the weather if the white man controlling the weather? No, I'm going to show you that something is going on with the weather that's tearing up the white man's, the alleged white man harp creators or whatever, or the elites, the rich and famous, tearing up what they love. So now we acting like the elite is just sacrificing the A-lister magicians and sorcerers that been working for them for the last 200 years. They taking Malibu from them to give it to who? To give it to who? Rube said, you hear Dave Chappelle's, yeah, right. Say They HAT poor people. That's why HAT poor people. Yeah, I seen that. I can't repeat it though. The boss, kids having kids. That's not new. We not kids. First of all, kids is baby goats. If anything, we cubs, right? Little lions or little lambs. Lambs having lambs, but we get kids is that's it symbolizes Satan and the devils, right? But why does the Creator give girls their menstrual cycle? Why are they even able to have children if they're not supposed to? Right? God don't give you teeth before you supposed to chew. Why do God give girls a period if you know they're not supposed to use it or they not? I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. Baby Lane Stanfield, military. What's the military? You talking about the plane crash or the weather? The plane crash or the weather? Because if you're saying the military controls the weather, then who was controlling the weather before the military learned how? If the military or HARP or whoever controls the weather right now, according to y'all, white people, white scientists, is their science stronger than whoever been controlling it up until then? Did like they take here, give me the natural power? Like we got these machines now that overpower you black people or whoever that's been controlling the weather. Is that how it works? They superior in power over the forces of nature than the actual gods of nature. So they use machines. What do the gods use? Right? So who's controlling the solar storms, the solar flares that's tearing up the ozone layer, that's tearing up the technology, you know what I'm saying? The high technology on Earth. Who controls solar winds and solar storms and solar flares? HARP? Do HARP do that too? Just asking. Anybody want to hop on the live with me? We can hop on real quick. I'm gonna get off of here shortly. But there's the StreamYard. There's the StreamYard. Thank you, Jabril. That's the Cash App too for anybody that the Lord puts the spirit, put it on your heart. It's all greatly appreciated. Yep. Any other subjects y'all want to talk about these last 10 minutes? I got 10 more minutes. Give me a topic. And if I if I passed over your topic in the chat and I didn't see it, then please just repost it and I'll get to it. Because I don't be really keeping up with the chats like that. And please hit the like button. Hit the like, subscribe, share. Also follow my West Coast Cam channel on YouTube. Got my son over there too. And God willing, we're going to be bringing some real good content, some live trading. My son that's 19 be doing some live trading, stock options trading and investment trades. So that'll be good. Insane Wayne, Third Ward, salute, man. Thank you, Big Insane. Thank you for the super chat, Insane, or very sane. I know that's just a nickname. Probably your name probably start with N, but super sane. I'm gonna have to call you super sane because you're not insane. You sound pretty sane to me, especially if you got the heart to publicly support Brother Cam when everybody else is scared to death. Man, much love and salute to the God and the person of Insane or Super Sane Wayne, Third Ward from the War Zone. So you already know I'm knowing. Thank you. Much appreciated keeping the lights on over here for us. Ruben, it's amazing how many self-proclaimed conscious black folks deep down believe Dwight Man is God. Yeah, Dwight Man. The Dwight stuff around your mouth. Dwight Man is God. Yeah. It's amazing. And it's easy to pull it out, to draw it out. Prince, Big Prince, visionary. What's good with you, my brethren?
What's good, brother Cam?
Oh man, just thanking God in the person of y'all, person of course of my Savior, Master Father Muhammad, and our most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Messiah Farrakhan, and then after that, in the person of y'all, man. So I love to hear, what the God and the person of Prince Visionary got to say to us right now.
Oh man, I'm not mad, but I hate that I just got off work and seen that you already been on for an hour and a half. I'm like, man, let me hop on and see what
I'm
my
gonna stay on.
brother Elder is talking about.
Nah, I'm gonna stay on 5 more minutes so we can hear what you talking about. So you got the floor. Anything you want to talk
Oh, I
about in
didn't
regards
even know what the conversation was. I just hopped
it ain't
in.
even no question. We don't even got no hook for this. We don't got no
Oh,
topic.
okay,
Whatever
okay,
you.
okay. Well, I seen you a few days ago was posting up with what brother Snoop did.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What's your thoughts about that?
Oh man, it I ain't gonna lie, I kind of see Snoop Dogg differently. You know what I mean? Like you was standing tall back in 2017, you a
Uh,
jigaboo, you a jigaboo if you do this and you do that, and then Lord behold, I don't know what type of check they gave you, or hey ma, yeah, I don't know what type of check they gave you, or uh how they threaten you, but you show this switch up pretty fast.
yeah, I heard. I saw who did I see today on YouTube? I think it was Reggie Wright. Reggie Wright Jr. was speaking on
Yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, he was speaking on because he was over there at death row for a long time with Suge and Snoop and all of them, but he was saying that uh he got word that it was about the cryptocurrency. He did that for the man, the rich. I don't know if he's a billionaire dude that actually through that event that owns a cryptocurrency company or something like that. So he was doing it for that instead of for Trump. And that's also with one of somebody from that's real close to Snoop from his camp that called me that the first day that I did that and cussed me out. He gave me a piece of his mind. Like, that's my homeboy, that's my friend. He did that for the cryptocurrency. It didn't have nothing to do with Trump. And what I was like, bro, the thing said Trump inaugural ball. Said Trump's inaugural ball. So
It didn't
you
say
know,
crypto inaugural ball.
even if it did, it say Trump's. CNN, TMZ, everybody advertised it as one of Trump's inaugural balls. You know what I'm saying? You was on. Well, I could have made a joke with that, but so so I said, well, that is what it is, and if even if that's the case, you know, dude owes an explanation. Then where's the explanation? Not to mention an apology for what he said, against us if we would have did that.
Didn't
So
they get mad at Michelle a few years ago for
yeah, they
performing?
canceled her. They canceled her. They had the power to cancel her and call her a bed wench and all that little sellout, all that old terrible, terrible names. So if you're going to do that, then you owe the people an explanation. You owe the people an apology too. But that's
Yeah,
just that's what I think. But that's why they've been eating him up. You know what I'm saying? And that's certain things that once grace is over and certain curses and spells have been broken and lifted. That stuff we used to get away with. Thinking that our people were so dumb and blind worshipers of celebrities. That shit not working no more.
yeah. Um, I know you about to get off in a few minutes. What do you think about the mass deportations and the not all, but certain immigrant classes that's saying, yo, yeah, well, they got different names now, FBA, Black Americans. I don't know. I don't know. But they saying, you FBAs and you Black Americans, y'all need to support us. Y'all need to tell the white man to
Support
stop
the
deporting us.
deportation. Yeah, I wouldn't. I ain't been keeping up with that one. As far as I understand, Trump always for the last 4 years or whatever. Like it's sad, but our people have been used as political pawns, not knowingly. So if the Biden and Kamala Harris administration been letting 20 million, you know, whether they African, Haitian, whether they South American, Venezuelan, you know, whatever they are, if this president, I mean, the past administration, Biden administration, knew that 500, 600,000 of them was criminals, was felons, but then you still allow them to come in here either for, you know, for low wage to undercut the wages of Americans, or to build and create a new Democrat voter bloc, somebody that's going to be loyal to you because you let them come into America. So anytime voting comes back up every 4 years, now they done built the population of Democrats to be these immigrants. So they're going to always keep the Democratic Party politicians in office. So, you know, they was unknowingly, you know, being used as these pawns, these political pawns, even though they was really trying to come here for a better life or whatever. But, you know, Trump realized the political play, and sorry little pawns, you know what I'm saying? You was used, you was allowed to be brought in here. Now you got to be brought out of here. So it ain't nothing that we can do about it. That's not, you know, we didn't bring them, and we ain't the ones trying to get rid of them. We the brothers trying to survive, and sisters trying to survive our own self here.
Yeah, and I read a article yesterday where it said Trump, or for the first time in the United States, they was using military, like helicarriers and stuff to send the immigrants back. In Colombia told Trump, we ain't letting you bring them back.
Oh, yeah. And then Trump put tariffs on them and said the first week is going to be 25% tariffs on everything. The next week is going to be 50% tariffs on everything. So I think they changed that tune real quick. Trump ain't for play, man. Trump is not playing.
Yeah,
Trump
I see.
Playing.
I read something where it said he getting rid of some type of civil rights thing, something.
Well, yeah, it ain't civil rights, DEI, diversity, inclusion, diversity, equity, inclusion, some stuff that didn't benefit black people anyway.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It got hijacked by women and white women and the rainbow community. We didn't benefit off of that at all.
Yeah, I hate when the bourgeoisie Negroes be getting up here saying, and you know, you know how they be talking, boss and white man, he signed this thing for us, so we and that's how we at where we at now. What you mean, being gentrified? Like, right. Black people still, I mean, we get better, we do the best we can, but we ain't where we supposed to be, because y'all keep putting roadblocks and barriers to stop us from doing stuff. And then when we stand up and say something, y'all be like, oh, well, you Negroes just be complaining. What about civil rights? What about the DEI? What about? It's like, but that didn't really benefit us like that.
Yeah, that didn't work. You heard your king, Martin Luther King, the king of the civil rights movement, said that dream became a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? I integrated my people into a burning house. That's why they assassinated him. What are you talking about? The right to vote and civil rights. We ain't have no damn civil rights. That's why the nation wasn't ever with that. Malcolm X was never with that. Honorable Elijah Muhammad Farrakhan, we were never with that. Civil rights. No, we want separation. We want our own separate state and territory like y'all did for Israel. Period.
And Brother Cam, when we was segregated, yeah, we went through a lot of racism and all that, but we had more stuff. We was more together.
Absolutely more together, because we still knew how to farm. We still knew how to build. We still knew all the trades. We still was working in steel mills and Motown, you know, Ford motor car industry. We know how to do everything because we was the muscle. We was the hammer and the nail. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then we got lazy by integration.
Independent.
And depending on the government, depending on, now they was, you know, allowing, you know, our Mexican brothers that was coming, you know, to do the jobs that we was too bougie to do all of a sudden because we was integrated with the white folks. So now we forgot how to do anything. And when we totally little boys depending on white zaddy.
And then during the pandemic a few years ago, they did a report. They said that if all the grocery stores like Walmart, Target, Trader Joe's, they said if all them stores was to close, 75+% of Americans would starve to death.
I believe it.
So not even just us, everybody's dependent on the beast, on the system.
Well, I don't care about everybody.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, like, wow, they said Americans. They didn't even say white people. Like, they saying everybody gonna die. Well, not everybody. Y'all know how to, the nation know how to grow. Y'all got farms and stuff.
But shit, the Mexicans know how to grow, so
Yeah,
they're not gonna die. Shit, they the ones that's picking and growing our crops.
yeah. They said like 75. They didn't say all of them, but it was a large number though.
Yeah, so we need to get back to farming like we used to be. We used to be the masters of it, but now we too
Yeah, my
bougie.
grandma used to farm when I was a kid.
Yeah, mine too. That's what I learned. We had every fruit tree down there, every fruit that you go. I'm talking about that the Bible speak of, that the Quran
Yeah.
speak of. Every fruit tree that's popping and cracking. That's black seed, organic watermelons. We had figs. We had anything.
Everything.
Pomegranates. We had everything. Yeah. But now we don't even know where to get them from. We think food come from the grocery store.
Right.
We think fruits and vegetables come from the grocery store.
The system had to recall some organic whole milk because it was spoiled already.
Yeah, that's just cap, because that's the what you mean raw milk? Because if it's raw milk, that's the best milk you can possibly get.
It just said organic on it, and they said they had to recall in Arizona, California, and some other states.
Yeah, that's still stepped on though. I don't care if it's called whole milk. If it's not raw whole milk, if it's not raw milk, then it's pasteurized or homogenized. It's already stepped on. So that's already trash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already trash. If it ain't coming directly from the cow, and that cow is coming directly from, healthy grass that ain't got chemtrail, malathion, or ready Roundup,
being pumped with steroids.
Yeah. Then you got superfood. That's a superfood. That's why the Bible and the Quran say milk and honey, milk from cow. Yeah. People be like, you ain't supposed to, drink from cow. Like, that's a God. God created that animal specifically for us. But you can believe what you want to believe. People can believe whatever they want to believe.
No, it's not. They just don't want to believe you because you black like them. They want to believe what they slave master told them.
Well, no, that's some new age black stuff like Dr. Sabi or Dr. Such and Such said all milk is bad and all of that. Like, all right.
Brother Kent, I remember when he passed away, everybody was riding his, not everybody, but a lot of dudes in the conscious community was riding that wave. They was going around lying, saying sea moss can cure everything, which is not true. You can Google that and they'll tell you it can't cure everything. People were trying to do the sea moss thing, and then if you notice, don't nobody even talk about sea moss no more because it died down.
Hey, I don't, either way, I don't go by what everybody or whatever say anyway. So yeah, I don't, ride the trends. From what I studied, Dr. Sabi did have a whole lot of accurate information.
Oh yeah, he did.
But as far as, whenever it conflicts with the tried and true proven historic teachings of, God in person, because he's saying he got his knowledge from his mother or his grandmother. My mother or my grandmother taught me this and taught me that. Like, okay, well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is my father, our father who art in heaven. So, his students and his examples and his fruit of Islam, his nation is the most healthy black people on earth. So
yeah, I've seen a lot of brothers. My uncle and his brothers are like Islamic. They got ties with the nation from Detroit, and I would go to his plays or whatever. He used to do like a little Christian or like plays or whatever. And I would see some brothers there, and my cousin would be like, "Oh yeah, he Muslim," and I'd be like, "Man, that brother. Oh, how old is he? Oh, he like 77. He don't look 77. He look like he about 41. Like, yeah, that brother took good care of himself.
Just following the diet, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad dietary law, how to eat to live. You see brothers that you don't even know they age difference. You might see one brother that's 18 and another one might be, like you said, 78 or 75, and you can't really tell much of a difference in their age. And that's how like I'm God willing, I'll be 56 this year, right? So at 56, I can still do everything that I could do at 19.
And you don't even look 56, brother Cam.
That's the diet. The proof is in the pudding. So I could say this and I could say that, and this is no disrespect to Dr. Sabi or whatever, but I can look at Dr. Sabi and I can look at Minister Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old Dr. Sabi was when he passed, but he didn't look better than Farrakhan, who's 92 years old now. And for the last
he 92?
92, and for the last 27
Dang.
years, he's been having a colostomy bag on. He been, you know, suffering from when he got over radiated and poisoned with cancer. You know, they tried to kill him and it didn't kill him. He don't got no lower intestines, but he's still been glowing and being strong and crisscrossing the planet and warning us and saving us for the last 27 years. So imagine what he'll look like, because he was in super shape. You know what I'm saying? He was bench pressing 300 something pounds at 60.
Oh yeah, I seen the young Farrakhan from the 80s and the 90s. Yeah, he was completely different.
Yeah, with the 90s, he wasn't young. He was in his 60s. So he was.
Oh, right. Wait, my bad. I'm just young.
He was. That's when I first came in. He was in his 60s. So he was so
Dang.
he was attracting us young little youth because he's like 60. He was benching more than us, scrapping, work. Cause he was used to train with Muhammad Ali and that whole thing. Like, he'll whoop your ass. Like I'm saying.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
But once he got poisoned, you know what I'm saying, then that shut that part of his game or his life down. And he just had to dedicate himself to raising us up. But yeah, it was his personal appearance and health condition that attracted us as young warriors in Compton and Watts in LA. You know what I'm saying? We was looking at how he was a warrior. Like, damn, that's crazy. You sold your soul to the devil. You either got bit by a vampire or you really with God, because you ain't supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, and like you said, that's one thing I always tell people. I give respect to the nation. I said they do raise warriors. Said they all go through combat. They warriors physically and mentally.
Yeah, and just knowing who your enemy is and knowing how they're attacking us, well, like we was talking about earlier, through health, through the food and the drinks, that alone, if you learn how to put on that armor of knowing how to fast and knowing how to discipline your tongue and not eat that because even though it tastes good or it smells good and this and that, and everybody else is eating it, they calling it gourmet or they calling it this. If you know how to discipline yourself and abstain from that, then that's half the battle. Half the battle is our health. Them not allowing them to poison us, you know what I'm saying, with something that smell good or tastes good.
Like and this is how I like really knew everything y'all was saying, because I read the How to Eat to Live, because I changed my diet when I was like 18, 19, and a lot of people in my family was like, why he changed all of a sudden? And I went to school for culinary arts, so let me just say that everything that y'all saying was true. I seen what hot dogs really is. I seen what they do with the meat at the butcher factory. I seen it all because I worked at a butcher factory, and I already didn't eat pork at that time because I stopped. Right. But when I had worked at that job some years back, I said, for sure would never eat none of this stuff ever again.
Man.
If y'all knew how they was handling y'all food, man, I was cutting hams in half and it had an abscess on it and white pus was coming out. Then I'd be like, oh, y'all about to throw this away? And then they'll put it in a bucket, then take it in the back and grind it up and put it into a hot dog.
Bobby Boberson. He says, Return of the Gods. Chakra are spinning faster. Tai Chi is the key to harness the force of the four elements, earth, wind, and fire. Would you like to hop on the live and explain yourself, Bobby Boberson? Because you're speaking as though, and no disrespect, but if you're making claims like that, I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to hear. I want to see what you look like. Hear your proof and your experience, because you're making some great claims. So can you show us? Can you show us what you're claiming? Because I'm, like I said, I'm here. Whatever I just claimed, I just showed you. I had my son on earlier. I could tell you what he went through and what life-threatening stuff he went through, and and came out of. I can show you what I went through, and like I said, I'm God willing, I'll be 56, and I can show you what I can do at 56 versus what I don't know how old you are and what you can do if you got your Tai Chi cracking and you controlling the forces of nature, the earth, wind, and fire. So can we see that right quick? I need to see that. Maybe I'll become an instant convert to what you're talking about if you could show me right now.
My brother sound like Avatar: The Last Airbender. He can control all 4 elements.
Aang, you sound like Aang. All right. But it's all good. You don't make no claims over here with Brother Cam and don't show up. But we got to call that out. If you claiming that you have mastered something, then
don't it normally take like 20 years of like some long time to really master something?
I don't know. Like I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't know, but that's rhetorical. But I don't know what Bobby Boberson answer would be. Because if you learn how to walk at 1 year old, 2 years old, you learn how to master walking. So I don't think it takes 20 years for everything.
Well, right. My bad. I'm thinking about other stuff. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I like wondrous claims require wondrous proofs. If you claim it immediately, you're gonna have to prove it immediately. But yeah, so I'm gonna stay on here 4 more minutes, Prince. I know I just cut you off, but
no, it's all good.
You got the floor. What else on your mind? Any questions? Any current events? Any comments? Any stresses? Any trials and tribulations you're going through with relationships, females, with your health, with money, anything? That's too personal. You all in my personals, bruh.
No, it's all good. This like my 4th time up here. It's all good. I ain't got nothing too crazy going on like a few episodes ago with the one dude who had the older lady and the younger lady.
Oh, right.
But
Jabril said,
right now it's just mental health and things like that.
Right. Do you take vitamins?
You know what, brother? I used to, and I don't know why I stopped, but I stopped.
You got to restart. You got to restart. If what your issues is mental health, like depression or anxiety or anger or stuff like that, then that's a deficiency in vitamins and minerals, specifically vitamin B1 and niacin. Vitamin B1 and niacin. So the niacin meaning the no flush niacin and the magnesium. So I would go get some B1, the best quality vitamins, best quality brands, B1, niacin, magnesium, and zinc.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll feel the difference with that B1 and that niacin. At least I will. I feel the difference overnight.
You said B1 and who?
B1, vitamin B1 and niacin.
Niacin. Okay.
Niacin is part of the B family. I think it's B5, B6, or B something, but it's just we just know it as niacin. And don't get the no flush or the flush free niacin. That's the one that don't sting your skin.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. I just I used to take them all the time when I was like a teenager, like 16, 17, 18, 19, then like around like my early 20s, I just, like I said, it wasn't no real reason. I just stopped taking them. I used to take them every morning with breakfast and stuff, but I just stopped doing it. Yeah, but like you said, I should start going back
start back. Bobby Boberson says Bobby Hemmett. Now you got a whole lot of Bobbies. Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Dale Blair. You can learn from these scholars. That's not what I asked you, Bobby Boberson.
Bobby Hemmett was like an occultist.
I mean, I don't care. Even if he was, if you can show and prove, the question is show and prove, Bobby Boberson, not send me to somebody I can learn from. If they were scholars, where's the proof of their scholarship? Bobby Boberson, you say I'm shy. Are you a female? Bobby Barberson, are you a female? Yes or no? Your next response is going to determine whether or not Ahmad Jabril and the Wrench Mob tighten you up. Are you a male or a female, Bobby Barberson? Ahmad, get ready with that ratchet wrench. But go ahead, Prince. My bad.
Oh no, it's all right. Yeah, we were talking about vitamins and minerals. Yeah, I should get back to really a whole lot of things. Like I'm pretty much like, I'm still young, so I'm still in shape. Like I ain't got like heart problems, anything like that. But I should get back into the vitamins and minerals. Probably work out a little bit more. Not that I'm overweight or anything. I'm actually a skinny guy, but
Right. Well, yeah, this is war, and this is the only body that we get. And prevention is everything. You don't want to wait until you feeling pains or you getting some diagnosis or whatever, you're getting ill. Prevention is everything.
I still can't believe the honest and minister Louis Farrakhan is 92 and he don't have lower intestines and he's still out here going strong. That's
that's relative now. He been going strong, but he's about to go strongly to the Father, you know what I'm saying, and get healed up because he's in bad shape, meaning like the Bible say, when the Lamb finally showed up to the throne, it looked as though he had been slain from the foundation of the earth, of the world. He was in very bad condition, health, physically wise. And the minister is in bad condition because of giving his life for us for 70 years. So it's time for him to be healed up by the Father, and it's going to look, it's going to look like whatever it's going to look. I'm not going to go into that. But on that note, though, Prince, I'm gonna get off of here. I didn't hit the two hour mark, and I didn't plan to go this long. You got the last words, man. You got the floor. Take us out of here.
Man, peace and blessings to all the family out there. Brother Cam, thank you for letting me on your platform once again. Nothing but love to everybody in the chat room. And you and your family and yours. And thank you again.
Man, salute. Malik, good night. Good night. Peace and blessings to everybody. Ahmad Jabril and all the mods, the Wrench Mobs. K Beautiful J, salute. We out of here. Peace. God willing, until tomorrow. Peace.